Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fit and happy. So, dear students, in this video, we are going to study chapter transpiration. So, let us start with the definition. What is transpiration? It is a physiological process by which excess water is lost from the living tissues of plant in the form of vapor. So, transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapor from aerial parts of plant. So about major portion of the absorbed water, that is 95 to 98% of the water which is absorbed, it is lost from the leaves and other aerial parts as water vapor through transpiration process. So now let us study the types of transpiration. So on the basis of the passage through which plants give out water in the form of water vapor, the transpiration is of three types: stomatal transpiration, cuticular transpiration and lenticular transpiration. So let us study with the first one, stomatal transpiration, first of all in detail. So in stomatal transpiration, the transpiration is from leaves through minute pores which are known as stomata. So stomata, they are the minute pores in the epidermis of leaves. Each stoma, it is surrounded by two guard cells. The guard cells, they may be kidney shaped as in case of dicot plant, or they may be dumbbell shaped as in case of monocot plants. So let us study here how this stomata, they are opened and closed. So in the opening and closing of stomata, the guard cells, they are playing a major role. So due to endosmosis, an increase in turgor pressure of guard cell take place, which finally resulted in stretching and bulging out of their outer thin walls. So this results in the pulling apart of opposed inner thicker walls, creating an opening or pore in the guard cells of stomata. This is how the stomata, it is opened. But when the turgor pressure of the guard cell, it decreases, then the inner walls, they sag, leading to closure of space between them. This is due to loss of water, that is exosmosis, from the guard cells, this resulting in thicker wall to move closer and finally shutting the opening. So this is how the stomata, they are opened and closed due to endosmosis and exosmosis of guard cells. So there is another theory which also explains the opening and closing of stomata. So that theory is potassium exchange theory. So according to this theory, the turgor pressure inside guard cells increases due to inward flow of K positive, that is potassium ions, from the surrounding epidermal cells. The guard cells, they contain large number of chloroplasts, and during the day when photosynthesis has taken place, the food, it is stored in form of starch, you know that, and this starch, it is further converted to malic acid. The malic acid, it will dissociate to form malate and H positive ion. These H positive ion formed through malic acid, they are exported out from the guard cell to the epidermal cells, and in return the K positive ions, they will enter inside the guard cells from the epidermal cells. So due to increase in K positive ions, that is potassium ions, in the guard cells, the turgor pressure in the guard cells increases. So this also leads to opening of the stomata. So next, if we observe about the lenticular transpiration, so lenticular transpiration is the transpiration through special opening that develop in the woody stem and branches of old trees, and they are known as lenticels. Next, if we study about the cuticular transpiration, it occurs through the cuticle. So cuticle, it is a layer which is made up of substance, that is cutin. Thicker the cuticle, the less will be the rate of transpiration. So therefore, only a little part of total process occurs through this cuticle. So now dear student, let us know why do some plants they show wilting. So wilting is due to when the plant it has loses much of the water from its body through transpiration process. So during afternoon hours when the roots they are not able to absorb an adequate amount of water from the soil, in order to compensate that rapid loss of water from aerial parts through transpiration process, therefore the leaves they show wilting process. But during the evening time, the shoot or the leaves they recovers from the wilting process as the rate of transpiration is decreased during evening. But my dear students, you should know that if the soil does not contain enough water, the plant will show permanent wilting process. So to avoid such wilting process in plant, there are chemicals known as anti-transpirants such as phenyl mercuric acetate or abscisic acid. They are used to reduce the rate of transpiration process. They are basically sprayed on the plants during dry season to avoid wilting when the transpiration rate is very high. Then let us know some of the advantages of transpiration. So the most important advantage of transpiration to plant is that it gives a cooling effect to plant body. Another thing is that it supports the photosynthesis and encourages the exchange of gases. And transpiration it also creates a suction force which helps in the upward movement of water against the force of gravity. So therefore water is transported to the top of tall trees even due to transpiration. So these are some of the advantages of transpiration process. So now let us know the factors that affect the rate of transpiration. So first one is light. So light, if the temperature is high, then the rate of transpiration is more. Moreover, during daytime the stomata they are open and the transpiration is more. However, during night when there is no light, the stomata they are closed, therefore decreasing the rate of transpiration. So next one is humidity. If humidity is less, then the rate of transpiration is more and vice versa. If we consider the wind velocity, so when the velocity of the wind, when the speed of the wind is high, fast, the vapors released during transpiration, they are removed faster and the area outside the leaf does not get saturated, hence the rate of transpiration also increases. Then the another one is carbon dioxide level. If the increase in carbon dioxide is above the normal, that is 0.03%, this will lead to the closure of stomata and ultimately there will be no transpiration. So the next point is availability of soil water. If the water in the soil is less, means the water absorbed by the plant will also be less, therefore the rate of transpiration will also be decreased. If we consider the atmospheric pressure, then the rate of transpiration it increases with the decrease in atmospheric pressure. So these were some of the factors that affect the rate of transpiration process. Next, here we observe the adaptations in plants to reduce transpiration. So first, if the plant they show sunken stomata, the leaves have sunken stomata or the stomata they are covered with hair, then also the transpiration will be less. Then if the leaves they have a thick cuticle on them, then obviously the transpiration will be less. Further, if there are lesser stomata, the transpiration rate will also be decreased. Then another adaptation is that the leaves they become narrow to reduce the rate of transpiration, or they become needle-like to reduce transpiration process. Next, let us see the another process that is known as guttation. Guttation is the loss of water from the plant through hydrothods, and this water lost is in form of liquid. So hydrathodes, they are the special pores situated at the end of veins, and through them the water is lost in the form of liquid. In herbaceous stem, when root pressure is high, transpiration is low, then water is forced out in the form of drops along the margin or tips of leaves, as you can see here in this figure. So this process is referred to as guttation, or also known as exudation. Next, dear student, let us know the bleeding process in plants. So bleeding process in plant is basically the exudation of watery solution or sap from the injured parts of the plant. So you might have observed the exudation of resin from the cut pine stem. That is a good example of bleeding in plants. So dear students, this is all for today. Take care everyone.